So this is my sound check and video check. Yeah, we can see you and hear you well enough. Okay, hello everyone. This is Sokolnikov, or Valentin Sokolnikov. Okay, perfect. I see tens in the chat. Today we're gonna have quite an interesting webinar. We're going to talk about our payment system, Global Unit Pay, and we are going to answer some of your frequently asked questions. And we're going to talk about taxation too. Please switch on to the next slide. Could you please switch to the next slide in all the chats? It's being recorded, the whole session, and there will be videos uploaded to YouTube. So let's move on to our payment system right away. So if you want to get to the payment system, you can use two different ways. You can do it through our back office UGPay group, which you can get to using office.ugpay group. You enter your login and password, and there will be a window that allows you to top up your wallet, and there will be a link to the Global Unit Pay. Also, you can use the direct link, which will get you to the Global Unit Pay website, which is gtinet.ch. This is the payment system that is located in Switzerland, and this is a Swiss domain. So I would like to draw your attention to the fact that when registering in the payment system, you need to use the email that you used when registering in our back office in order for the synchronization to take place and that the mutual exchange of keys is affected. So let me tell you a few words about our payment system if you don't know about it, anything yet. So what kind of transactions are available in the Global Unit Pay payment system? You can read it on the slide, by the way. In short, I can tell you that this is a unique instrument that allows to carry out operations both inside the system and outside it. When I say outside, I'm talking about opening settlement accounts, SWIFT, SEPA. We have three currencies available: Swiss franc, dollar, and euro. We have three banks available in Luxembourg, in Liechtenstein, and Lithuania. According to our plans, we are planning to connect banks across the world. So the top 10, top 20 countries in terms of turnover will be given the priority. If you want in your country, if you want to use your local currency in our payment system, Global Unit Pay, then you have all the chances to make it happen. You start being active, your country goes to the top earning countries, and included in the priority list. So as I said, the priority is given to the most earning countries. As for the foreign currency transactions are possible, you can make peer-to-peer transactions, and there are crypto to fiat gateways. You can use crypto as well, Bitcoin, Ethereum. We want to use stable coins as well as USDCs. And also we would like to have our own coins based on our own blockchain. So, and you will be able to get it into your account in your back office. If you want to, you can exchange it to a stable currency or fiat currency, euros, dollars, and then move euros, dollars to your bank card, and then go buy whatever you want in the shop, be it online or offline shop, and then over-the-counter assets. If willing, a person can make investments. They can buy gold, physical gold ingots kept in the Liechtenstein bank. So it's assets management. A person inside our system will be able to hold their assets. They can sell and withdraw money too. So the question was, who needs to have registration in the global unit pay system? Well, any person can have an account in global unit pay. By the way, write me in the chat who of you uses mobile banking. I think everyone does. Of course, it's a everyday thing. You can tie your bank cards to it, like Apple Store, Google Play Market, where you can make purchases, make payments, pay your tickets, bills. It's a normal thing. We're living in the 21st century after all, and it is all available. So the same card, the same account can be tied to every person's name, every your family member's name. So if you want to go and buy an air ticket, or if you want to purchase something, you can use that payment system and you can use the cards issued by the system. Moreover, we're developing the mobile application that will be available the Google Play Market and App Store, where a person can download a mobile application and manage their funds on their phone. And if a person wants to, they can just click one button and they can take 100, 1,000, 100,000 local units, currencies, and move from one account to another. They will be able to move money from the account opened in Switzerland or Luxembourg in francs and move it to a dollar bank card and then go and spend that money. And it happens very quickly, instantaneously. Give me a plus in the chat if you already went through the registration in the global unit pay system. Okay, some of you are still in the process. I see pluses and minuses and pluses and minuses. Okay, let me tell you right away that we had a test group consisting of our leaders. Also, we had some of our VIP club members, active users, active partners, and they already went through the registration process and made their first transactions. And last week we announced that we're launching the registration. And as of today, we have over 20,000 registrations in 1 week alone. Just imagine that there is a huge flow of registrations. Previously, registration took us less time, but because we now have a lot of people registering, it takes more time. The whole registration verification process takes more time. But don't worry, all the applications are being scrutinized, checked, and considered, and if the system requires some additional documents from you, well, just do it. So let's move on to the next slide. Some says I already went through the verification. Some say they didn't. So what does the client of UG Global Unit Pay platform get? So it's the safe payments, convenient payments, and the service that the clients get. It's continuous work, continuous online presence. You can make any kind of payments, any kind of money-related transactions 24/7. We can really read that list on the slide. It's the list of functions available on that platform, and we need you to understand that you can use the global unit pay system both for physical individuals, natural persons, and legal entities. So even if a person is a director of the company, you can connect the legal entity to this system and open legal entities accounts. In this case, it's accounts in Lithuania, Liechtenstein, or Luxembourg. You can also add internet acquiring to it. And the commission fees here are quite competitive, market competitive, but we're going to talk about it later. Let's move on to the next slide, the slide with our bank cards. At the moment, in the back office, you can see two types of cards, a virtual card and a physical card. So don't hurry and order the physical card, because we're receiving the approval from the MasterCard on the design. And as soon as the approval is given, you will be able to order the bank card with our logo on it. If you order it right now, you'll just get a physical card, nothing peculiar about it. But we would like our cards to be designed and branded well. Also, we can create special branded cards for companies that can want to work with us. Of course, there will be a limit, like 10,000 cards, but yes, we can do that. As for the virtual card, you all can see that there is a card price from 5 to 10 euros. The price varies depending on your risk group. There are so-called risk groups in the AML, anti-money laundering. And every country is classified according to that law. And some countries are not yet welcome in European banks. For example, Crimea and Sevastopol. They are unrecognized, internationally unrecognized regions. So registration from that region won't be accepted. And people who are in Crimea will be asked a question what they're doing there. Or some countries as Iran or Iraq or Sudan. There were questions. In December last year, Sudan was recognized, that was removed from all the blacklists, but the banks have not yet received that information. But we're going to work on those countries to be included or being able to be approved by us, because those countries that are approved should be approved and recognized by our payment system as well, by this payment system as well. So people who live in those regions, do not lose hope, do not lose heart. We will be working and doing our best in order to come up with some special terms and conditions for residents of those regions, so that people across the world could participate in our program, be members of our mission, the new economic evolution of the world, and be able to use our services. Maybe it's not going to be a company, Global Unit Pay, but we will work on that issue in order not to leave our partners behind. Here you can also see fees, commission fees, the top up 1.5% and withdrawal 1.5%. I don't think it's a big commission, especially in view that you don't pay any monthly fee if it's a virtual card, I mean. And the online transactions commission is 1%. And the next type of the card is the physical card, which costs 26 euros plus express delivery fee, which will be taken care of by DHL, and card activation fee will be 10 to 20 euros, or it says deactivation fee. Also, it will vary depending on the region. So if it's a small risk, it's 10 euros, average risk is 15 euros, and high risk is 20 euros. Those countries that are in the blacklist, that option won't be available, as is the registration. It won't be available. The card will be available from the 28th of January, but we should make a note here. We would like to order all of it already now, but there are some timelines that we need to observe or wait. I mean, the approval from the MasterCard company for the design. We submitted documents before the New Year's, then there was Christmas, Orthodox Christmas, and now we're waiting for the 2 weeks to pass, and then we'll receive their approval and launch the card. We'll have other cards as well. We're going to mention them. As far as the commissions are concerned, there will be no subscription fee, monthly fees, I mean, but there are commission fees for topping up, for withdrawal, 1.5% each. The local POS transaction, it's the offline terminals. When you go to a shore, you put your card on the terminal and you pay for the products, plus you will be charged a commission of 1%, and the same for the online transactions. And ATM withdrawal is 3% minimum of €3, and ATM check balance in €3. And there are some monthly limits. ATM in the ATM at €2,500, and there is a €5,000 on the overall transactions. This is just a simple physical card. Let's move on to the next slide. And here you can witness quite beautiful cards, gold cards. They haven't yet switched on. Yes, here it is. So we have a one-off payment of €100 plus €15 per month, or you can pay €150 per year if you pay it in advance. It will be available preliminary from the 27th of February, but we already ordered a preliminary sample to see how it's gonna look like in real life. So when we see those cards, when we touch them, we see whether they're okay, whether we are okay with those cards, whether they're comfortable, and then we make the final order for those cards to bear our logos. But despite the fact that the card price is higher, there is a bonus. There is an Evorich bonus for recommendation. And when you register in the global unit payment system and specify the email to which your Evorich account is tied to, you will get a bonus for recommendation in your Evorich back office. Well, the top up is free, withdrawal is free too, card activation is free. As for online and offline terminals, nobody is charging money here, only if there are some commission fees from the MasterCard company. The same stands for ATM withdrawal. We're not charging any commission. There might be some commissions on the bank who owns the ATM or MasterCard, and the ATM check balance is the same. If the local ATM charges commission, you will be charged the commission. If they don't charge any commission, then it will be commission free. And take a look at the limits. The ATM withdrawal, the limit is 25,000, and transactions limit is €50,000. The next slide, please. And these are our metal cards, platinum cards. They will be indeed made of metal. It will be very difficult to break them. The card price is one time €500 plus €30 per month. It will be available from the 30th of March. Again, there is a caveat here. As soon as everything is confirmed and approved, we will place the final order, and our partners who would like to order this particular card will be able to do so. If possible, we'll try to do it sooner, in February. Maybe they will be available before the 30th of March, and then there will also be an Evorich bonus for recommendation. Also, the same commissions apply here. No commission, I mean, top up, withdrawal, card activation, etc., except the limits, monthly limits, like no limit from our side for ITM withdrawal, but there might be local restrictions. As far as the transactions are concerned, no limits from our side, but maybe the local country has some withdrawal or transactions limits. So write in the comments what kind of card would you like to order. Some people say gold and platinum. Well, you can already order the physical card that bears no logo, and if you want to renew and have a card with the company's logo on it, then just a branded card, then just wait, because you will have to order a second one. And every time you pull out this card, everyone will see it and will ask you, what kind of card is it? And what kind of symbols are those? And everyone will want to have it as well. And then you recommend them this card, and you will get Evorich bonus for recommendation. Yes, you can upgrade by paying for the new card. Let's talk about verification. verification, the payment system, it occurs using Global Pass system. Global Pass system is a provider that provides services, verification services, and it is a high level, high class service provider. At the moment, more than 400 million clients were verified using Global Pass. And major European banks in Switzerland, Liechtenstein, Luxembourg also work with Global Pass. So when a person goes through the verification and registration in the Global Pass system, they automatically get verified in all those different banks. So if a person goes once through the Global Pass verification, they will be able to go through the accelerated registration and verification modes in other banks, organizations, and entities that Global Pass works with. And since we are having major plans for the development of our business, this is quite an interesting instrument where we can work together, cooperate, we can accelerate and speed up our entire work and pick up the pace. As for registrations and verification, I wanted to tell you right away that I read the questions wrote to us in the Q&A list, and the questions are almost the same, and I would like to answer some of them right away. Maybe I would like to answer the main questions, and before I do it, please write me in the chat who started filling in their profile and read the preliminary instructions, the guidelines, and who did it without reading the guidelines. Just said, I did read or I didn't read, or can put a minus. Oh, yeah, plus or minus. Okay, I like your honesty. There were people who didn't read. There are people who didn't read, and you can see it right away, because when they start filling in their profile in the Russian language, it's good that we have some employees that understand Cyrillic letters and they can read those words. But imagine if the payment system, if the people in the payment system didn't understand Cyrillic letters, they would send you the rejection right away, and it would be very unpleasant. So that's why the guidelines say you should fill in the profile form in English or Latin letters. Russian letters are not really welcome. And also you should be over 18 years of age. There were cases when a small child was being registered and they wanted to verify the child. They took the child and they started turning the child this side of the face, the other side of the face. No, you shouldn't be doing that, because there is a check box there, meaning that I confirm I'm of age, 18 plus. Also, you need to specify the electronic email that your Evorich back office is tied to for us to have perfect synchronization between different databases. And when the synchronization happens, you will get bonuses from our company. Verification on your phone. So also the telephone numbers were not entirely correct. Since we're working across the entire world, you need to specify the telephone numbers in the international format. For example, it's plus. In Russia, it's +7. In other countries, it's plus something else. Belarus plus 375. In Great Britain, 44. United States +1. And some SMS didn't arrive because you didn't specify the correct telephone number. Now SMS isn't active yet, it's only email confirmation. As for the verification of your face, some of you had bad video cameras or other reasons. So make sure that you have good lighting and you can be well recorded on camera.
And it's desirable to upload your passport onto the platform. And when you record a picture, your picture in the passport, try not to cover it with your fingers, not to cover the actually to cut the angles or corner, because there are rules. This passport will not be allowed through. If you cover with your nail or finger any symbol, any sign, it's quite doubtful. And when compliance officers check it, they will note it and they can reject. Therefore, do not cover. I understand that your fingers could be there, but at least they should not hide some signs and figures. Well, the next point is password. It should be complicated with a lot of figures and letters in the Latin alphabet, so capitalized letters and ordinary letters and different symbols. If you don't have these symbols, then your password will not be through, as it should be complicated. Regarding your foreign passports for trips to foreign countries, this is a mandatory requirement. When a person registers and verifies, you should upload the passport with Latin pages. Such countries as the US, UK, everything is in English letters. But in case of former CIS countries, Soviet Union countries, there should be the page with Latin letters. And I will explain why. Because in this case, it is Russian Federation. The internal passport is valid for Russia only. If you go abroad and want to buy a SIM card, no one will sell it because your passport is not valid in this country. And therefore, when you register through the Global Unit Pay, you can open foreign accounts in different European countries and other countries as well. And this is an opportunity for a person to work globally. If he has only a Russian passport, so it applies and is valid only in Russia. Yes, we will consider this issue to make sure that in Russia and other countries of the region, we have our affiliates, our subsidiaries that could act as payment systems. And then in this case, we can, for the citizens of Russia, to register them subject to the Russian passports, but then they will be able to open accounts, but only in Russia. So in this particular case, there should be a passport that is valid for your trips to foreign countries. If you have such a passport, then please upload it. Well, this is a requirement, an international one. Hopefully now it's clear here. Regarding verification of the address, checking of the address, you should upload. There is a selection, the utilities bill or a statement from the bank or a bill for your phone. So it should include your full name and your address. And you can attach an official document with your full name and address, but it should not be over than 3 months. And we would recommend it that it should not be older than 2 months. And therefore, if it has been issued not later than 2 months ago, then you can use it. And there is some note to take note of. There is the regulation of SEC that you can upload a trip valid for your trips to foreign countries or a local passport officially certified with the translation. And in this particular case, this is the condition of the SEC located in the USA. But in this case, we have Russian jurisdiction with the only requirement that passport should include a page with Latin letters, with English letters. Regarding the verification of addresses, I can congratulate you, but mostly Russian speaking audience, as we have employees who speak Russian and even speak Ukrainian. And I opened some documents to see what is going on, and if a passport for verification of your address, you can upload the internal passport of the Russian Federation, which includes your residence address. And for citizens of other countries, in a similar way, if it is in Cyrillic, you can upload it to verify, to confirm your address. But for those who attach documents in English, you may go to your mobile bank and get a statement in English if it is possible. It would be even better, because specialists who don't speak English, they can handle your documents, and then the verification process will go faster. If you need speed, then in the English language, if provided in English, it will be even better. What else did I want to explain to you? Did I want to clarify? We've discussed it all on this slide. I believe yes. If your address changed, immediately indicate the address you can confirm. If you live in town A and you have outdated registration or address in town B, so then the confirmation should be provided from the town you can confirm. That is, in this case, town B. And look, the commissions we have, as I received some questions that it's too expensive. Look, so not commission, yeah, commissions and fees. Some may receive requests to submit some additional documents, a statement, an acknowledgement confirming no criminal records. And for you to understand, Global Pass is a global system. And when you are registered, you are inspected in different areas. And when you register, you press a button. This way you give your consent to process your personal data. And the Global Pass has public contracts with different organizations and companies. For instance, before there was a KGB, some intelligence services of the Russian Federation or any other country. So the system may check the people and investigate if they have some bad records. For instance, if your records are bad, you were convicted of fraud, then there will be a challenge to consider whether to verify and register such a person with the global unit pay. Look, we operate under a very serious jurisdiction, and the regulator is very tough with its regulations. And therefore, people with bad records and merits, or some way registered from abolished from banned countries, if the registration, if there is such a registration and the regulator didn't see that he is regulated from a banned country, then the minimum penalty in Switzerland is 1 million Swiss francs. Do you want our company to be penalized so heavily? In addition to that, I talked to our business partner. He had a similar company. It was a different sector, but in year first, his company paid a fine of 5.5 million Swiss francs. Do we need to work first to pay such fines and penalties? We'd better be safe. And if a person has ongoing conviction or he is accused of fraud, there is a question whether we need him or not. He may actually recommend the company to someone else and continue to be a partner of Evorich. But global unit pay, this payment system, whether we need to bear such risks or not, this is a higher level with tougher restrictions. Hopefully it's clear here. And the same applies to a certificate, your marriage certificate or some other documents. So they may request these documents to see that data are compliant. There are some people who may be rejected as political activists. And for you to understand political activists in such countries, in CIS member states, they so the public officials, they are not entitled to have accounts in foreign banks, and on a regular basis they submit their statements and declarations. In this case, if a person is a public official, then he cannot register with the payment system global unit pay, as it means that he will be able to open an account um, in another country. This payment system does not work with public officials or political officials, as Valentin says. Well, I believe more or less clear about addresses, and the driver's license is valid for the USA, UK, Canada, and Australia. You may use driver's license there. For instance, in Australia, driver's license is the identification document under the law. In other countries, driver's license uh, does not play this role, and you may be requested to provide other documents as a proof of the source of money you receive. Don't be afraid. This is a requirement by the regulator. Therefore, when you receive a request about showing the source of your money, you can attach the relevant documents, and you need to confirm the money, either subject to a contract or any other agreement. So it's quite normal. Don't be surprised and scared. And let's discuss a matter of the fee. Recently, when we were in a group, there was such a view that there is a high fee. And out of curiosity, I explored the situation, different different payment systems fees, and for instance, at Binance Crypto Exchange, you may top up with the bank transfer or via bank card, and the limit for bank transfer is 5,000, and with a bank 20,000. And for the bank transfer, the fee is 1.99%. And if you are registered, please open your back office and in the line top up, try to indicate any amount, 50,000 US dollars or euro. So the top up of 50,000 via bank transfer, bank payment, yes, it's possible, even in the amount of 1 million, and the fee will be lower. And in addition to that, the credit card, you may use it to top up a lot. We talked to a partner who used a similar service, and the top up from a credit card, it is called a credit card, from this credit debit card. You could top up even over 1 million. He was a very rich person from Arabic countries, and it was accepted. So he actually needed to phone his bank first to inform them that there will be a large amount transferred, but you can easily do it. The options, the opportunities this system offer is the opportunities are really unique. And if you take examples of other crypto currencies, Bitforex, the charge will be 4%. Bitrex, in different currencies, it will be from 4 to 5%, but the limit is not more than 10,000 US dollars. In this case, no one wants to set high requirements to operate large amounts of money. But in our case, our payment system accepts large amounts of money. But you should understand that these amounts are to be confirmed, the source of their receipt, that they are legal, it is legal money, and the system enables you to do it. So it's quite simple. PayPal, the charge, the fee or the charge for buying cryptocurrency of 4%, and 3.5 is a commission for topping up your account, and at least you will pay 7.5%. But if a country is of high risk, then it will be even higher. You may say that yes, it is expensive, but the commissions may be higher than to any exchange point on the internet, but this exchange point will give you no guarantees. So Advocash registered at some point may close your account, and you will write your letters to someone you don't know. And there is an analog Virex which offers a chance to operate your cryptocurrency. But have you ever tried to open in Virex or foreign account, SWIFT or SEPA, or in Virex transfer money from these accounts for them to be transferred instantly and under your full control? For your understanding, we have a very serious tool that can make us advantageous against others, and we can become very competitive and be in the lead among others. Moreover, our payment system operates for recruitment purposes, so that you actually feel pleased to deal with it. There were some acquiring services used from some companies. They were not expensive, but they were expensive, but then we used some less expensive services. But there was a story that you need to go and ask where our money is. And the first rule of Warren Buffett, not to lose your money. And the second rule is don't remember rule number 1. So guys and dear friends, thank you for your attention. I'm very grateful for your time. I wish you all can figure it out how to fill out all the profiles and to register smoothly, and you can start topping up the money in smaller amounts first and then larger amounts, and you can actually play this game of opening settlement accounts, of swapping between different accounts and transferring your money among different accounts. Thank you very much for your time, for your attention, and for your feedback. And I would like to pass the floor to Maria Antonenko. Maria, are you here? Yes. Good evening to all of you. I'm here. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Valentin, for detailed information. I see that there is full house at this webinar. Only in the Russian room, we have 1,670 people. Even summary meetings do not bring so many people. And this payment system and the forthcoming verification at the exchange is a concern for a lot of us. And let's move to the next slide, please, with a brief overview of our tokens first and what to expect next. I will discuss the verification at the exchange, and in the end of my slides, there will be some information about taxes. You may have read the news that In a short run, we will stop sales of educational packages, including our favorable crypto unit token, CRU token, and we will start selling World CRU security token through UGPay back office, and we are preparing synchronization transfer of all the data from CRU back office to blockchain to our crypto wallets. Starting from March, we started to test on the test server a button of generating a key to get access to your CRU tokens. And next slide, please. What we can do to our CRU tokens when we get access to crypto wallets. And this is another time, since there are over 1,670 people in the Russian room, and I believe in other rooms there are a lot of people as well. Please note that crypto wallet is a standalone tool. You should distinguish a blockchain crypto wallet from exchange and from the payment system. Do not mix them up. I see in the chats that some partners are not satisfied that if they don't have a foreign passport, they may not benefit from the payment system of Global Unit Pay. And it seems that we want to complicate their life. Go and get your passport valid in foreign countries and open new accounts. Guys, it's only an opportunity, an option. Our company gives you a chance to open a foreign account, an account in a foreign bank. You are not obliged to do it. You have this right to do it or not to do it. If you want to benefit from the right, from this right, you can easily in a month arrange your passport for trips to foreign countries and request and order a bank card with high limits and restrictions, but it applies only to those people who plan to earn a lot. If you are in the situation that you have 100 US dollars in your hands, in your pocket, you don't need it. You don't need the European payment system. You don't need this passport. Stay at home and enjoy your TV. So therefore, do not treat what the company gives as a commitment for you, from your end. The company offers you a buffet where you can actually select anything in accordance with your appetite. Select only, be selective, not select everything. But if your intention when we are on blockchain to earn several hundred thousands US dollars or even a million US dollars, then these people, these partners will need our payment system. Therefore, when we talk about blockchain and crypto wallets, they are separate tools. For your crypto wallet, into your crypto wallet, you get tokens, CRU tokens, in two states: unlocked and locked. Locked, unlocked CRUs, even in your wallet, you may stake them for CRU, for UNTB. You may store them waiting for the price to increase if you're reluctant to sell, or you can exchange peer-to-peer. And before,
when there were no crypto exchanges, exchange points were created for Bitcoin as well. A lot of people used those platforms, like local Bitcoin platforms or other exchange points, where people could exchange cryptocurrency among themselves. They could give fiat and receive crypto, and the other way around. It could be dollars, euros, rubles, and there will be such an opportunity as soon as you have access to your own crypto wallet. The crypto wallet of our blockchain is similar to any other crypto wallet if you ever handled them and opened them. It is very important to to preserve the seed phrase when you move to the crypto wallet. It's 12 words, English words. You need to write down those words on a piece of paper and save that piece of paper. You don't need to photo or take pictures of it because it's not safe. It's not secure. You better put it somewhere in a secure location where you keep your birth certificates or your apartment documents, your real estate documents. So you know that that's where you keep your seed phrase to your crypto wallet. If you are planning to keep a lot of CRUs in your crypto wallet, you can put that seed phrase in the safe deposit box, like people who keep the biggest amounts of Bitcoin do. And we have 100 testers who already tested our crypto wallets and our exchange. So those were quite experienced people, but 2 people out of 100, which it means 2%, had a situation when someone's computer got broken and that person saved the access keys to their crypto wallet and the seed phrase on auto saving function. And when their computer broke down, they weren't able to get access to their crypto wallet, the test one. And that person knows that the seed phrase were generated by us for the testers, our programmers, and we were mailing them out by email so that our testers could get to their crypto wallets. And that person knows that somewhere there in the database, their seed phrase is being stored. And they say in the group, "Hello, guys, my computer broke down. Could you please send me the seed phrase to me again?" It's not gonna happen. Nobody is going to send you your seed phrase again. It is generated on your device only, on your phone or on your computer. And keep that in mind. And if you think that the registration in the payment system is difficult, that you got lost in three trees, and you don't know what to write in the field source of income, although in the guidelines it tells you clearly, like personal funds or savings don't have to come up with anything else, just read the instructions, then the crypto wallet is gonna seem like Greek to you. You need to really, really be careful and attentive. And that's what we're doing. We're preparing you guys. And when you have your crypto wallets, do not hurry and go and exchange your unlocked CRUs to people from the street. There are already hunters, fraudsters out there on the lookout for our partners. In all the chats, I can see people who are not from our group who join our Telegram chats and start writing there to each partner. Like, are you interested in cryptocurrency? Maybe Bitcoin, maybe something else. And they get in touch with our partners like this in order to get your unlocked CRUs in future. And many people can fall victim to such fraudsters. So please do not be in a hurry to get rid of this most valuable asset that you have on your hands. So always ask advice either from our leaders or your sponsor what to do if an unknown person, a stranger, started talking to you. Use the help of your sponsors, your uplines. So we've covered the unlocked CRUs, and there are so-called frozen CRUs or locked CRUs. And many people didn't understand how to exchange locked CRUs for locked world CRUs, how to choose on the crypto wallet. In the crypto wallet, there will be like a time scale. And that time scale is going to show you the schedule for unlocking of your CRUs over those 1,000 days. So all of our CRUs are unlocked in 3.5 years, in 1,000 days. And if you see that it's already time, like 365 days have passed, and very soon your CRUs will be unlocked, then pick the CRUs from the end, those who are still, for which you still have to wait quite a lot of time until they start unfreezing from day 365 to 1,000 days. So CRUs that will take more than a year to unlock, and then you take those locked CRUs and exchange them into WCRUs. And the unfreezing period will be preserved. Nothing is going to change. And in 365 days, you will have your first World CRUs unlocked. And people are asking me, why should we exchange locked CRUs for locked World CRUs? Because you can't do anything with locked CRUs. You cannot stake them, you cannot sell them, you cannot send them. Whereas frozen World CRUs can be staked and you can receive UNTB for that. Even if they are frozen, they will still yield you income. So CRU and World CRU will yield the same amount of loyalty program bonuses and profit bonuses or dividend income that we're going to have in future. So this is there is no difference in between those two tokens in this regard. But if you want to receive UNTB, only unlocked CRUs can be staked to receive UNTB. And as we know, we have very few unlocked CRUs and quite a lot of locked CRUs. That's why it is so profitable to exchange locked CRUs into work CRUs in order to receive as many UNTBs from staking as possible. Hopefully, this is more or less clear. Repetition is the mother of learning. So, let's move on to the next slide. Types of staking. When we stake CRU and receive CRU, we call it type 1 staking. And then we have type 2 staking. For the staking of CRUs, under the tariffs that we have 3, 6, 12, 18, 24, and 36 months, there are no questions. The only question was regarding Eventy, which was for 36 months. So as we planned before, the first accruals should have started 6 months later, and then there would be 30 months. So 36 months, the stake in itself for 6 months, it's kept there without any income, and then the income starts. When we move to blockchain, we'll have 3 months, let's say free staking. And starting from month 4, for 36 months, you're going to receive income of 8% per month, 4 plus 4, 4% right away in the form of unlocked CRUs, so you can sell them or put them on staking again, and 4% will be just added, capitalized. And on the blockchain wallet, when you're going to choose staking, there will be like a chart that for the first 3 months is going to be 000 tokens. On months 4, you will see 8%. The crypto wallet will show to you on which day you're going to receive your CRU tokens from your staking of unlocked CRUs. It's type 1 staking. The CRU for CRUs. Accruals will happen once a month. I'm talking about unlocked CRUs. When we stake world CRUs for UNTB or locked CRUs for UNTB, we receive income every minute because the issue of UNTBs happen one block in half a second. In 1 minute, there will be several dozens of UNTBs mined. And once a day, you can sell UNTBs on the exchange, everything that you're gonna mine from your staking. So that's what you're going to receive from UNTB staking. This is the difference, that UNTB is mined every day, every hour, every minute, while CRU staking, it's once a month only. But the staking of CRU is a fixed amount. You clearly know how many CRUs you're gonna receive at the month's end, whereas UNTB amount quantity is gonna change depending on how many people will stake their tokens. The more partners we have, the more people the more people stake their tokens, and the fewer UNTBs will be allocated per person. But the more token is in deficit, the higher its price is. So this is the model for our UNTB. It's the so-called scarcity model that will pump the price of that token. Now let's move on to the next slide. We have allocated 3 billion CRUs for the reward for CRU staking. And on the blockchain, you will see that pool, the so-called staking pool, how many tokens are left. So if we all stake our CRUs for the sake of CRUs, maybe those 3 billion will be all allocated quite fast across all people who stake their unlocked CRUs. They will put in a reserve, the so-called staking pool, and for those 36 months, every month from that pool, a certain amount of CRUs will be allocated. So just pay attention to that option, that those 3 billion can run out real fast. And it's not our under control. It does not depend on time, on our wish. It depends on how many people are going to stake their unlocked CRUs, and those who come first, and those who will be able. We won't be able to extend that option. Only 3 billion CRUs will be reserved as reward for CRU staking. And if you miss the chance, if you think that that information does not apply to you, 1 month later, you'll tell us, how come I wanted to stake my unlocked CRUs and receive 8% per month, and the tokens are not there anymore? They ran out. So please make a note of it, make note of it if you want to. Just keep track of how many CRUs are left in the staking pool. As for the roadmap, so today is Thursday. Since Monday, we've been synchronizing the data of the CRU in the back office. Hopefully tomorrow I'm going to receive good news from our programmers, and they're going to tell us that they managed to generate that button, that green key, and on the test blockchain. And as soon as that testing is successful, we will start synchronization with the production blockchain. You might have noticed that in the back office, you don't have that link to the blockchain anymore because technical maintenance is ongoing for the reconfiguration of our blockchain explorer. And we are almost at the finish line. A few more days are left, maybe a week tops, which separates us from our entry to the blockchain and our crypto wallets. And when we see that our partners are successfully migrating to the blockchain, we'll wait for 5-7 days for everyone to move their CRUs to the blockchain, because we can't do that for you. What we can do is synchronize the data, but to receive that secret key, that seed phrase, you can do it. Nobody can do it for you. So you just have to keep track of the news, and as soon as you see that that option is available, that green button, generate the key, and then you move to the blockchain wallet and you get access to your CRUs, and you can stake your tokens. And then when the UNTB tokens will start to be issued, and then we open the registration for the unit exchange, and we'll have two markets there to exchange CRUs and UNTBs for our USDU token, which is a stable coin. Let's move on to the next slide. For those of you who won't be able to register in the payment system Global Unit Pay, there will be a possibility to exchange your USDUs into Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Tether, USDT, USDC coin too. We're talking about cryptocurrencies here. And if you already have exchange accounts in Binance, Exmo, whatever other exchange there is, Kraken, depends where you're working with your cryptocurrencies, please, on our exchange, you exchange CRU for USDU and USDU into Bitcoin. And then you take that Bitcoin and you take it to anywhere you want. You don't need Global Unit Pay with its gold cards. You can live your life in the crypto world without fiat money and try to cash out your Bitcoins somewhere else. But in the year 2021, most countries are observing all the operations, not only fiat operations, but also fiat operations. So let's see what kind of countries exchange information on all transactions in fiat and crypto on the next slide. In 2014, as far as the Russia is concerned, Russia joined the International Convention on Mutual Administrative Assistance in Tax Cases. 109 countries were in the list of those countries as of 2015. Next slide, please. I'm not going to read out the entire list of countries. You can just check whether your country is there or not. Also, the list of countries that exchange their tax information, the list is available online. You can just Google it up and see what countries are in the list of countries of automatic exchange of tax information. Next slide, please. As you can see, your Advocash, if we go back, Belize. Let's see if Belize is there. It's number 10. Belize country. It's a country where Advocash payment system is opened. And those of you who use Advocash think that their data is not passed to the taxation authorities. You're wrong. Belize is in the list of countries with automatic exchange of tax information. They provide taxation assistance to all the countries that are included in this convention. Doesn't matter what country the request comes from. It can be the British Virgin Islands, Belize, Gibraltar. This payment financial organization is required to answer the request. They participate in the exchange of tax information. Let's move on to the next slide. So we open accounts in Lithuania, in Liechtenstein. All those countries are European countries that participate in the exchange of taxation information. The Cayman Islands, here you go, Man, the island. So everything that you think is an offshore jurisdiction and you try to open bank cards or exchanges in Malta, for example, the Binance is registered on Malta. And if you think that if you exchange Bitcoin on Binance and you are not going to pay anything on it, you're wrong. It all depends on the amount. If you handle small amounts, like $100, $1,000, up to $9,000, then nobody will notice you. Nobody's going to send requests in your name. But if in the near future all of our partners make quite a lot of money from the sale of tokens, CRU or UNTB, you need to understand that it is all transparent. Nobody is going to hide that information if there is a request from the taxation authorities about someone specific, and we're gonna all be verified. Well, there are some exchanges that do not verify their partners, but you won't be able to sell CRU tokens there. The Estonian exchange verifies everyone. Let's move on to the next slide. So Estonia is number 107 in that list. So guys, this is the list which dates 2015. Today is 2021. Do you think that if back then in 2015 they already agreed on exchanging tax information, I think today they're doing it better and quicker. And there is nothing bad about paying taxes. You just have to, deal with that. You have to realize that we all want to live in a lawful environment. It's not money that you stole. It's not some great scheme that we robbed someone of their money. We honestly participated in the project. We honestly received those tokens. We participated in staking. So UNTB were received as a result of staking, and there is nothing really secret about it that you shouldn't be paying taxes on it. You should be proud of it that we learned how to make money from cryptocurrency. So let's switch on to the next slide. So here is a fresh document dated October 2020. The Organization of Economic Cooperation, OECD, is G20 countries, and which includes all those previous 109 countries that listen to the recommendations of the OECD. It's the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. In October, there was a report at the gathering of the member states, of the central banks of the G20. We're talking about all the finance ministers of the biggest players in this world. And they listened to the recommendations on how to levy taxes from cryptocurrencies. Whereas before, they were interested only in foreign currency transactions in euros, dollars, Japanese yenas. Today, the governments of the major countries in more than 50 jurisdictions discussed the taxation modes or regimes and how to levy taxes from cryptocurrencies. So that document today is the basic document for all the banks and all taxation inspectorates in those 50 main states. Well, of course, other countries are using that document as their guidelines. Let's take a look at the next slide. For several years now, many traders who do professional crypto trading to generate their tax reports use special services. They're not doing it manually, because you're asking me, so what's the exchange rate, how to convert, how to declare, etc., etc. For us, the initial price of the CRU token is $0 for us. We received CRUs as a gift when we purchased educational packages. And the initial price of the token for your declaration will be $0.
If you buy CIU at the exchange, there you will see the price, 10, 20, 50 cents, $1. The difference between the initial price and the end price will be your tax base. For physical individuals in Russia, this is 13%. And if you earn over 5 million Russian rubles it will increase to 15%, but in most countries like the Netherlands, it is 35%. In Switzerland, it could be even higher. Valentin will learn the individual income tax, but there are such service as coinly.io, and at the bottom you see the countries this service supports and what does this service give. What is its role? You register in this service, you attach APK. This is a key to your exchange account, and the system actually automatically fill out all your transactions for this account, making up a report. The good news is that the tax declaration for 2021 should be paid next year in 2022, and therefore ahead we have 1 year to learn this stuff. If before you never do it, I didn't do it as well, then together we will master all these services. There is another service as well called blockpit.io. If you have small transactions under 25, then this service will be free. If you have over 25,000 transactions, then you should pay only €199 a year. And this blockpit.io fits better Europe and the USA, as they have different detailed templates of reports to be made up that applies or fits the context of the USA and Europe. And the service that is my favorite, it is in slide 3. I like it most. It is called cointracking.info. Quite likely I will register in this service. They have a lot of exchanges they service and a very convenient map. When you go to cointracking.info, you will find a map. You find your country. Africa, for instance, is white, meaning that on this service, they keep no information about the taxation on cryptocurrencies in Africa. There are only a few countries in the African region with the legislation already adopted, but in all the other countries, it is in white. So you won't find this information, but there are a lot of other countries, including UK, Canada, USA, Australia, with well-established legislation, and the website will show the percentage you are to pay on your income you receive in cryptocurrencies and the reports to be provided. And you may upload manually some data from your exchanges, but then in the end of the year, this service will make your tax declaration or tax report with even some proofs, with some stamps, but it's a digital document that will be viewed by tax authorities as a proof. And quite likely I will use this service myself. And the issue of the formation of reports for global unit exchange, we will upload these templates for you. Even without going outside the exchange, you can make this balance of your receipt and of your expenditures. and the income you made at the exchange this year in 2021. Next slide, please. I believe that is the last one. Yes, we ran out of slides. Now I will answer some of the questions I read in the chat. Those questions you filled out in the table, there was a questionnaire. We will do our best to select frequently asked questions, and I believe most of them were answered today pertaining to payment system verification, taxes, use these services. This information will be published in news section for you to go and have a look. But I believe that we have answered almost all the questions. There was a question about self-employed people or individual proprietors to save on some taxes. Can I register as a sole proprietor and instead of 13% in Russia pay 6%? Maybe in other countries legal entities pay lesser taxes than physical individuals. I started to study this question. For the time being, my question is more yes than no. I phoned a bank saying that I am a sole proprietor and I want to open an account to get the revenues from European exchange opened in Estonia to my sole proprietor's account. Should I ask the same question 2-3 years ago? Bankers would get crazy. But today they are quite calm, responding to such questions, saying that you may open an account, no problem. And what is the ground for getting the euro into the settlement account? Generally, exchanges don't sign any contracts. This is a user agreement. But since this is my income, not my expenses, the bank does not request any contracts to submit, but simply to explain that you receive it from exchange and submit your user agreement or a screenshot as a proof that you have a settlement account at the exchange. But at the same time, you need to open an account as a sole proprietor. If at the exchange you are registered as an individual and with a bank as a sole proprietor, you may not transfer. And there is another question about the codes. The foreign activities code. In Russia, there is no activity associated with trading in digital assets. I found other asset management, and there is another code, dealer activities through your own proceeds. If you select a wrong code, you may be in a list of licensed activities. For instance, brokerage, investment fund management. All these activities require a license, but there are some codes that don't require a license. Dealers activity through own proceeds or other asset management, and subject to this, that everything is compliant, you have an account with a bank as a sole proprietor and an account at the exchange as a sole proprietor, then you can pay a tax as a sole proprietor and this way reduce your tax burden. But dear friends, please note that this is the theoretical knowledge which hasn't been proved in practice. Unless proved in practice, it may not be valid. First of all, so look, we are practitioners. First of all, we try to test everything in practice, and then we are sure to say something. And similarly, it is true to the payment system. So we tested it on our own and then prepared the instructions and the guidelines. And the same applies to the taxes, because we are all in we all operate in equal conditions, and we are co-owners and owners of our tokens, and step by step we will share the information we learn, and we'll definitely share it with you. Well, I say goodbye to all of you, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye and take care.